In August 2018 is when I discovered that anime is more than just Yu Yu Hakusho or Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff. For some reason, I had the raw episode of Attack on Titan downloaded onto my PC in 480p resolution. I also had Premiere Pro installed because during that same year I used to edit on an iPad, so I probably had plans to switch, but I just didn't know when. So I launched it for zero reason as I had nothing to edit. In fact, I didn't even have internet because we had just moved to a new house. So all I had was AOT episode 1. What I do is I import the episode into Premiere and sit there, watching it. Not even full screen. Just on the program monitor. And that's how I got into anime because of Premiere Pro, but that's another story. Time skip to around early 2019. I was making a mix of Minecraft and primarily Fortnite content using Premiere Pro. I had a lot of fun learning that there's more to editing than just punch-ins and outs. The point is, I now had a decent amount of experience using Premiere by the end of the year. Going back to 2018 August when I started watching AOT, naturally I'd look for more related media like parodies, memes, and edits. Unfortunately, the earliest I could find was a Mikasa edit from March 2019 that I had saved on Instagram. Still one of my favorites to this day. Anyways, skipping to late 2019, I now had a lot of edits saved and I wanted to make my own, so I tried using After Effects. It barely ran. Keep in mind, these were my specs, which were very low at the time. Pre-built garbage. Slow CPU, bad GPU for editing, not enough RAM. It was just a terrible PC overall, even though it could run cool maps games. But yeah, it would just freeze or crash. It just couldn't run no matter how much I optimized After Effects. My only option was to get new hardware, which simply wasn't possible at the time. Skip a few months forward to the first lockdown that we had in early 2020. Like many of us, I had a lot of free time, so I launched Premiere and made my first edit. I actually posted it on this channel, as back then it was just a backup/spam channel, but eventually converted it into a hub of editing tutorials focused on Premiere Pro AMV editing. Why? Simple. Back then, and even now, there were no channels that made edit tutorials for Premiere. So an entire year later, so that's the first edit and a few more edits here, an entire year later, 2021, I decided to fill the gap in the market. If no one will do it, I will. So that's what I did going forward. In early 2023, I could finally afford to get a new, custom-built PC thanks to my part-time job. The specs were indeed a huge upgrade. I mean, just take a look. If you know, then you know. Now you'd think I'd switch over to After Effects, but why? Without trying to make this sound cringy, I kind of had already established my presence in the AMV editing community, being the only Premiere-focused channel. I mean, I've just searched Premiere Pro AMV tutorial. There's, one here, but most of them are my videos. Obviously, I wouldn't just give up on everyone. I've barely gotten started. I didn't want to make After Effects tutorials already. The question I've been getting every year since 2021 is, why don't you use After Effects? My answer is, I do. I've used it for personal projects in the past, but it just wasn't necessary for my style of edits. However, soon, as in next week, maybe next month, I will be using both Premiere and After Effects in conjunction, as intended. I say this because Premiere is an NLE, meaning non-linear editor. It's for video editing, which involves rearranging clips or trimming them down, color grading, sound effects, all that stuff. On the other hand, After Effects is a VFX/animation program, which is not intended for video editing. In simple words, it's for the advanced stuff, which Premiere isn't natively capable of. With edits, like anime edits, you can use either software. It's totally down to personal preference. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. To summarize, I couldn't run After Effects in the past. I am fine, or was fine, with using Premiere only, as I could make my edits as planned. I do use After Effects and will be using it more very soon. I want to continue supporting Premiere editors who do not use After Effects. It's simple as that.